So today I am joined by super featherweight sensation Lucy Wildheart. How are you, Lucy?
I'm so good. Really well.
It always amazes me how when I speak to boxers, how they can be so calm and relaxed, and then this little switch clicks in them, and they just turn into a monster when they're in the ring. So what we're going to do is we're going to go from the beginning, and before we talk about the how destructive you are in the ring, I'd like to just ask a quick question. Lucy Wildheart, is that actually your second name?
That's my second name. Yeah, I know it sounds funny, but it is. It's on my passport.
Well, that's brilliant. I mean, it couldn't be more appropriate, would it? Cool. Well, at least that one's blowing any myths away from people saying that it's fabricated. So that's brilliant. It was meant to be. So
That's it.
now I believe that your route into boxing wasn't the quickest. You had a passion for other sports. You were naturally very gifted at sports. But take us through how you ended up doing boxing.
So I started when I was young. I started karate very, very early, and I did that for probably 8, 10 years. Then I moved. I got a full-time job as a trainer, personal trainer, when I was about 18. So I moved for work, and they didn't have any sort of karate dojo in clothes. So I just went to a boxing gym one day just to, because once you're a fighter, you want to do that sort of training. So just I just went up there, and I loved it, and it was really hard, and I kind of enjoyed how hard it was. So I thought, oh, this is what I need to do for the rest of my life. And I'm still on, I'm still on the path. From the first day I said I want to become a world champion, and I'm still on the path. Still,
Fantastic. What
no,
what what style of karate was it?
Shotokan Kasaha, so it's more your own, and it's more deeper stance, strengthen your legs, and kata, and sort of try to get things perfect. More.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, Shotokan karate is kind of like the hand is very low, sort of by the waist, as opposed to maybe like sort of Kyokushin karate, where it's sort of quite high up. That sort of full contact style, which you then obviously sort of morphed into with boxing. So, how did you get into amateur boxing?
Yeah, so the club I joined in about southeast Sweden, Ronneby, they did have a club there, and there was a few competing around in Sweden, yeah, in Sweden, and I just asked the coaches, really, can I have a fight? I think after probably first second week, I said, can I have a fight? And then within 6 months, I had my two first amateur fight in Finland. Actually, it was two fights in one day, so we traveled up there, and then yeah, just get going, really. And then yeah, I just loved competing in boxing.
So, what was your amateur record?
So I've had 29 fights. I think I can't remember, 23 wins or something.
Good
Uh,
going. Good going. Was there anyone else in your family who boxed?
no, it's not been in my family at all. They've done some like athletics, like sports or so. My cousins at the moment, they've been quite good in that sort of type now. So yeah, not really. I know my mum did karate as well at one point.
Right, but right. So you're the first wild heart to officially be boxing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right. So as a professional, you well before that, let's take a little step back. You're born and bred in Sweden, for those people who don't know. How did you end up in the United Kingdom?
So I turned professional in Sweden 2017. I had two fights, one in Poland, one in England, actually. And then I sort of just got speaking with a trainer, a former world champion over here, and I asked one day, can I move to England? Or so he said, yeah, if you move, I will look after you for the start and get you going. And obviously, very excited about it as well. So I just, in 6 weeks, I sold all my stuff, moved out, and then I just took my 60 kilo, three backpacks, 60 kilo clothes and what I needed, and then I just moved. And then I still have bits in a shed somewhere in Sweden. I'm probably never going to pick it up.
Brilliant. Well, that's really is a leap of faith, and it seems to have paid off because you're currently 8-1. I believe you had a bit of management issues in the last year, which is why you haven't fought for a year. But you've got a fight coming up on the 17th at York Hall, a 6-rounder, and you're going to be fighting at featherweight. Is that correct?
That's correct. Sorry, I'm just gonna say it's Civic Hall in Grace, Essex, not York Hall.
Okay, right. We'll reprimand Mr. Richard Maynard on that for false information.
Yeah, no, it's a featherweight, and I've been featherweight for the last 3 years, I believe. Obviously with COVID and all sorts of things as well. But yeah, for my last 3 or 4 fights, I've fought as a featherweight. It suits me more because I know I might look big, but to be fair, I'm not walking around big or heavy, so it's better for me to fight featherweight.
The last person you fought was Edina Kiss, who I know. Last time I met her was her and her husband out in Croatia, and they were fighting out there. And a lot of people don't realise Edina's actually a very, very good fighter. She's fought Amanda Serrano, I think, maybe twice. Holly Holm. She's fought a lot of current very good champions, Maureen O'Shea. How was that fight?
I really enjoyed that fight, probably because myself, I just went out first round and just went for it. But she's, yeah, you can see, I can feel like she's skilled. She got some bits movements and some is with the timing, the way she times things is quite sort of high class. No, I really like that one, and afterwards as well, I liked her as a person once we spoke. So.
Good. Yeah, so it's always good to once the bell goes, to sort of embrace the camaraderie of boxing, which is extremely important. So now, as we said, you haven't boxed for 12 months, but have you done any sparring during that time?
I have, yes. I've been probably around from start of this year. I haven't maybe sparred like very much. You need to be smart. If you're not going to fight, don't spar. Or if you do technical sparring. So we've probably done more there. We're working on certain things. Now the last month or last 6 weeks, obviously we upped the sparring a bit more and more different people, and try to sort of get it right a little bit harder, a little bit more of this and that and that. So yeah, I feel like I haven't been away. How to say this in English? At any time, I would be able to take a fight in 8 weeks. That's what I've tried to keep my fitness level, my boxing level as well, because you never know if things get sorted earlier. Maybe you just get a title, or I'll take it, kind of thing. So I've tried to be at least 8 weeks and fight ready to go.
I think a lot of people probably don't realise as well that you're incredibly fit. Forget about boxing. You actually manage a fitness centre. You do personal fitness training sessions. You're a CrossFit athlete competing regularly. Yeah, so if anyone wants to train with you or get a personal fitness training session, where would they head to?
The easiest way to contact me is probably through my email, so I can answer when I have time, which is lucy@wildheart.se. You can find on my website, which is www.wildheart.se as well, or you can message me on social media, but my social media is quite busy sometimes, so an email I always check in the morning, 7 o'clock.
Brilliant. You've heard it there. So if you're looking to step up your fitness or push yourself to limits, there we go. Back to the boxing. So I think I saw pictures of you sparring with Ebony Bridges. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, we've done a couple of sparrings. Yeah.
How was that?
It's really nice. I love her. She's a lovely person, and with her, you can practice on your things. You can have a go. You can do this and that. And so for both of us, obviously, we can try to work what we need to work on, and that's what sparring is about.
How much did she swear?
Swear.
Because I've interviewed Ebony, and you're very lucky if you get 10 words, and there's not at least 3 swear words in there.
I haven't thought about it. Maybe it's the Australian.
Yeah, maybe she had a gum shield in and you couldn't hear much of it. But
maybe.
She's done brilliantly, hasn't she? I mean, the time she got into professional boxing and the way she's been able to dedicate herself, again, the way you've done, going from one sport to another, she was a world championship sort of bodybuilder. And I think, like yourself, with that winning mentality, if you put your efforts towards it, then anything's achievable.
That's it, and she has that head, you know. She is very competitive and very strong in the head, and that's what you need in this sport. You need to have that strong in anything else if you really want to go somewhere. So yeah, it's nice to train with these people.
No, absolutely, yeah, and it's good for you. Getting back in the, you're going to be back in the ring in a few weeks, so you know these sort of training sessions, these sort of sparring is exactly what you need. Now, I believe you train. Sam Mullins is your trainer at Churchill's Boxing Gym in London. Is that correct?
100%, yes.
What makes him such a good trainer?
Because yeah, he understands me. He knows how to say things in a way that I understand. Because I need some days I need to just listen and do. Some days he needs to show with his body how to do it, and if he shows me, I can just copy and like that, and I can just do it and get it right straight away. It's just the way he explains things for me, and then not only that, he makes me believe in myself and be confident as well, and have fun with boxing. Because like for example, the last year been, you know, when you can't fight really, and there's issues and all of this and that, but some days I've been in the gym, I've been laughing in a way, and just we're gonna get there, you know, we are gonna get world champions, just a matter of time instead. So you need to be really getting that, you know, great energy in me to come out. So I don't know, I can speak all day about it.
No, it's good to hear. Always good to hear. I believe when you first came to England, Colin Lines was training you. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah. Colin is great as well. We worked for 2 years. He was training and managed me, and then with his blessings, we decided that it's probably good that I moved to St. Marlins and move further. So it was. I'm really thankful for these years as well.
Brilliant. Yeah, and Colin's a great chap, and I'm sure that he'll be very supportive of all your future successes as well. Now, Richard Maynard manages you. I know Richard is a top man. You've got a great sense of humour as well, and he loves a nickname. So I believe you're now going to be known as the Dragon Queen, as the new House of Dragons is out this week. Are you even aware of this?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it, but yeah, I do like dragons. I love a Game of Thrones, and it's a bit of the Viking, and it's in me. I feel sometimes I'm in a fantasy world. No, but I just like the kind of theme of it. So we're going that path. That's right.
Brilliant, the Dragon Queen. You've heard it here, everybody. Who promotes you?
So Richard is working on that part. There's some exciting things to happen later this year. I promise you, it's really going to be good. So there is promoter at the moment. None. I'm going to box in this show in 4 weeks, and then we're going to go from there and listen about the exciting news coming soon.
No, brilliant. Yeah, like we said, you know, before you were very, very active and fight after fight, and then unfortunately, due to the management glitch, you hit a bit of a speed bump. But I don't think many people realise as well just how accomplished and polished you were on the journey of boxing up to the point last year where it stopped, because you were previously ranked #1 with the IBF, and you were looking to be challenging champion Sarah Mahfoud, who's going to be fighting Amanda Serrano on the September the 24th. So due to the inactivity and the managerial issues, you slipped to #5. So my understanding is that you'd like to challenge the winner of the Mahfoud Serrano fight, and with Richard Maynard in your corner exploring other options, it sounds like the next 12 months could be extremely busy for you.
Yeah, I really hope I can find a winner of them too, because I'm there and I'm ready to take both of them on. I hope it won't take too long, or something coming in between. I mean, I've been ranked #1, and the IBF is aware of I'm back out boxing now. So hopefully they can take that sort of in consideration once they look into the mandatory, and hopefully put me forward as well. I don't mind where in the world of 540, but I really wanted to, you know, beat 8 of them. So and win that belt.
Brilliant, brilliant. Last couple of questions. Did you watch the Anthony Joshua Usyk fight?
I did, yes.
What did you make of it?
I thought Joshua did a little bit better than the previous one, but it is difficult to box with someone that is so skilled at Usyk, to box from all and every angle. I suppose even like Joshua, maybe other fighters haven't even sparred someone that is that difficult with angles. And how are you supposed to train for it if you don't spar the best people in angles? If it makes sense. I just wished he, didn't. The worst thing I saw when he drops those belts, that's the worst you can do. You can't just take a belt, a boxing belt. There is such a big organization, such a huge thing in boxing. Just dropping it.
Yeah,
it's awful.
I think you nailed it just on the side of the boxing there. I think you nailed it. It's very difficult to find a sparring partner who emulates Usyk, because Usyk is Usyk at the end of the day. It's easy to find, or easier to find, maybe like a Golovkin, who's a big, strong guy. You just get someone who's cruiserweight, to be honest, and come towards you who's got good skills. But Usyk has got so many different game plans, and he computes information. He's constantly moving around and changing plans. So. But I agree. I think Joshua did much better this time round. He was unloading more. He hurt Usyk a little bit more than sort of previously, but unfortunately, he was in with a much better boxer. But I think, after the fight, we've all done it where you're unhappy with something and you do something and you make a wrong decision. And unfortunately, the thing that annoys me the most is that Joshua's got an entourage of about 50 people around him. And those guys should have literally been running up to him, getting him out there and going, "Hey, what are you doing?" Exactly, yeah, literally like a bouncer would do, pulling him off and going, "Let's get you out of here now. This is not your time." And afterwards, the thing is, poor Anthony Joshua, he's been the darling of British boxing for so many years, and it's quite brutal in terms of the way fans can jump on him and sort of then tear him to shreds. He's the one that's got to live with that, not us. We'll remember it in years to come, yes, but he's now got to get over that. So I think it's essential that the whole boxing community gets behind him with his own mental health recovery from here on. And let's get him back in that ring again. He's not done yet. I'd love to see a fight with him and Deontay Wilder. I think he's got a lot to offer. But I think what happened on Saturday is probably one of the biggest lessons he'll ever learn in life, even sort of post-boxing. And like I said, I'm sure that everyone collectively wants him to recover quick on all fronts and get back out there. And maybe, I think it was Barry Hearn years ago that said to a boxer, keep your circle really small. In other words, the people that are in your corner on the fight, and maybe a couple more. You don't need 50 people around you, especially when something kicks off and they don't jump in and help out like they should have done the other day. So, but anyway, there we go. Listen, the final question is for you. So I hope you're ready. If you could spar 3 rounds with absolutely any past boxing legend, who would it be?
Holm, where are you?
Okay, right. Okay, if Holly's listening, come out.
I'll come to you and have some training, like training camp, a week or 2.
Well, yeah, you guys, I'm sure would get on well. You've got your sort of your blended mixed martial arts and boxing training. Was she a boxing idol for you growing up?
I think she was the first one I watched, and I liked her style because she was fit. She looked really fit. She was walking about, moving loads on her toes, long arms, but also she could have a go. And I mean, she'd been. I've seen even the fight where she actually got knocked out with Sophie Matis, and but even that she didn't give up until she had to. That to see that in today's boxing, you can see people. I would say give up a little bit early, so here and then, but she just doesn't have that. And I read about her on this website, Preacher's Daughter, and all the information. This is 10 years ago, and I just found it amazing. So I would absolutely love to have some training rounds with her.
Superb. We'll make sure we tag her into this podcast when it goes live in the next sort of 24, 48 hours. And you never know, stranger things have happened where people have ended up, getting a sparring session with the person they wanted. So
I heard back if she want to practice something on her things as well, I might not be too bad. I've done some martial arts, and even she does a bit of CrossFit sort of training. I think we could do something good together.
There we go. It's waiting to happen. All the foundations are laid in place. Let's make this happen via this podcast. Let's The seed has been sown, you know. So listen, Lucy, thank you so much for your time. I realise you're extremely busy. You've done a training session this morning. You're having another training session this evening. I'm getting tired just hearing about your training schedule. So I wish you the very best for your up and coming fight in September. Perhaps we can catch up with you in a few months' time and see your progress as you start to propel yourself towards a position for fighting for a world title.
Thank you very much. It was nice to speak, and I hope to speak more soon.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Lucy.
Take care.